Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to talk about the Extreme Z area coming to global like 2 days after this goes up for the INT Future Trunks. Now I know, as I'm sure I've put it in the title, EZA area is not a thing that people are a fan of, and this one is just as restrictive as the previous one, so we are going to go through it here. The reason I'm putting this video out at least a day before is so you guys will have time to farm these units if you haven't already. So obviously this is the INT Trunks. He is getting his EZA. He becomes pretty good. We can look at his stats and stuff in a minute. So there is literally only the one stage, 2 different difficulties, which you will have to play both of in order to get all of the medals to EZA him. Unfortunately, because it's only 2 stages, you're only going to get 2 stones, and there's 1 stone available from a mission, so you can literally get 3 stones out of this. So for some people, like, you might as well just do the stage, and then you might not even bother like doing the full awakening or anything, but some people, I guess it might not be worth it depending on what you've done. So first of all, the event will only become available after clearing all the stages of the Fight Against Despair story events. Obviously this updated version of the story event dropped on Monday with all the future Gohan stuff, and this is where you get the units from. Literally all 4 of the recruit cards are required, so make sure you've done this already. I imagine most people probably have, since it dropped on Monday, and other than this and the future Gohan Dokkan event, there hasn't been a huge amount to do other than rank farming, which I definitely recommend people get on if you don't need to do this. I've been farming rank all day, and even at around 680 I can still get a full rank up out of a bar of stamina thanks to the 4 times XP and half stamina cost for the stages. So but anyway, make sure you've done all the stages of this. This then unlocks the event. Just like a normal EZA, you can't use items, you can't use a stone to revive, and you can only challenge the event with certain characters. Plus, you must bring these 4 characters. So, as I said previously, these are the 4 characters from the actual story event, and then you get to pick a future Gohan friend. So, if we have a quick look at them, we're not going to go through all their details. So, this is the Trunks. His EZA details aren't listed on here. That's because I brought up the wrong one. So this is the one once you actually awaken him. There you go. So, wait, which version do you have to use? It is that one. I just brought up the wrong one like an idiot. So, this is what he is at the moment before we actually get to EZA him. So he does supreme damage, 70% attack boost, nothing particularly special. The Gohan that you farm up, he has an all types leader skill. So he's going to be the best option to use as your leader, since you have to bring him. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, that's not bad. Attack and defense 70%, 2 key, and an additional 50% when facing 2 or more enemies. You only fight against Trunks, so he's not going to be getting that, unfortunately. Same with the critical hit against an android category enemy. So he's not going to be the best, but he is at least a physical type, so he's going to have type advantage, decent amount of attack and defense, plus the raise from his super attack, so not terrible. And then the androids are really, really good. Even if you're not going to bother with this EZA area, you should farm them up, absolutely. Because both of them infinitely stack attack and defense. And then they also get a huge buff and a special ability if the other one is on rotation with them. Plus they are going to get an additional super attack when there's a hybrid Saiyans enemy, which of course Trunks is. So if you run them as a rotation together, they get a huge stat buff. 17 has a medium chance of performing a crit and is going to get that additional super, and then 18 has a medium chance of evading attacks and gets the additional super as well. So they're going to be very good. I would definitely recommend using them as a rotation, and then you're probably going to use the Trunks and the Gohan together as a rotation. So you still need to bring 2 more units, and you can only pick, so because you've got to bring these 4. Sorry, these 4. Why can't they just be next to each other? So LR Prime Battle Cell, obviously he's like the top choice. He is the best of the units here by a significant margin. So hopefully you guys did farm him up when his event dropped. It doesn't show the like TUR and SSR version of him, so I assume you can't use them. I don't know. I didn't really check this in the last Extreme Z area. Like the same with like the Trunks and the androids. I don't know if you don't have them awakened, can you not use them? So I guess you probably have to have him all the way up to LR, which is certainly interesting. Then you've got, I'm actually going to use for my other slot after the cell, this STR Strike Trunks. I'm sure people have probably farmed him up by now. He's incredibly old. He's not that good. He only does huge damage to the enemy, but he is a support unit for 15%. So you just stick him in the third slot and don't really worry about him too much, and you should be good. So I would bring him and the LR Prime Battle Cell. And then unfortunately your only other options are both versions of the Super Trunks and then this SSR cell that you get from, I think he's like a summonable SR. Yeah, he's a summonable SR that awakens into this form. So if you've been playing the game for a while, you might have this guy. I don't know if I honestly even kept a copy of him because he's not very good. So just like the previous one, and one of the things a lot of people really don't like about these, the way they do these, is it's incredibly restrictive. Like if you don't have either of the Super Trunkses, you haven't farmed up Cell, you haven't got this Cell, I mean you can farm up this guy, but then you're still missing a unit. Especially if you can't use them awakened, because like some of you might have the TUR but not the LR for Prime Battle Cell. But one thing I'm gonna do a video on this. It is possible. Someone I know who plays JP posted a screenshot back when this event came to JP, because someone was complaining that they wouldn't be able to do it because they don't have any of the units. And someone posted a screenshot of them literally using the Future Gohan with these three and a Future Gohan friend, and that's it. So you end up getting 2 Cybermen on the team. Now obviously if your first rotation is 2 Cybermen and one of these guys, you might be in for a bad time, but it is possible to do it. So even if you only have these 4 units, it is still possible. And obviously one thing that's going to make a difference is I do farm up all free-to-play units. I get them to SA10, I open all their paths, but I don't put orbs into them unless I'm actually going to use them on my proper like full pay-to-play like category teams, because some free-to-play units are still very worthwhile. And I would say these 2 androids are really good. The Trunks I did Rainbow literally just because he's getting an easy A, but honestly the Gohan I don't think I'll ever put orbs into, so I will be using mine at 0%, and we should be fine. So on the 2 stages you have a left and a right path. You have to go through both, because this gives you the bronze medals, this gives you the silver, and then you have a chance to get a question mark tile which will give you one or the other. I'm assuming it will just depend on which side path it's on. And then Super gives you the gold and then the rainbow medal. So it's the same medals that you would get in a normal easy A. There's just a more annoying way of getting them. If you get super lucky with the question marks, you might actually do the whole thing in the 10 runs or maybe even less. So it's not going to take a huge amount of time to do. And then honestly the question comes down to whether you think it's worth it for your box. Because once he is Extreme Z awakened, he's got an okay leader skill, decent enough for, say, a sub-lead in Battlefield. He gains the ability to lower attack and defense, which is quite useful. And then he gets defense 100%, attack 100% when facing 2 or fewer enemies. So that's going to be most of the time outside of like Super Battle Road. Plus an additional attack plus 50% and a great chance of performing a crit, which is 70%, when there is an androids category enemy. So he can certainly be useful in certain events. So it's all down to you whether you feel like you need him, if his easy A is going to be useful, whether you'll spend orbs or anything on him. I'll do a video obviously showcasing him fully Extreme Z awakened and rainbowed once we've done the event, which I will probably stream. This drops at the same time as the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Easy A, so I'll probably stream that and then do this either at the same time. We'll see how the stream goes, I guess. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. So that's all the information about the Extreme Z area. I know a lot of people don't like it, mainly because it is so restrictive, but it's not really that difficult. And again, like, for the sake of 3 stones, if you don't feel like you need this guy, then, you know, because Extreme Z Awakened, he's good, but he's not the best unit, so it's up to you whether you think you'll use him, because obviously he is called Super Saiyan Trunks Future, so you can't use him at the same time as some of the other decent Super Saiyan Future Trunks. So all comes down to you, but I do think it's pretty straightforward. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Stop by the stream if you want to see us smash through and get this guy awakened, as well as the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken one. I will, as usual, as I do for all Easy A's, be dropping a team building video for that tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. So let me know what you think of Extreme Z area in the comments. Do you hate it? I know most people do. I honestly don't mind it. Like, I kind of like the idea of an event that makes you use some older units that you wouldn't necessarily use, but I realise that for newer people it might be quite difficult to actually like have all of these guys. So I'm kind of split down the middle. Like, I know it's easy enough for me to do, but I appreciate the fact that for some people not so much. So let me know what you think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.